Good day, everyone. My name is Simon Dane, and today I'll be presenting my prototype on Vocab Easy. Vocab Easy is a language learning app designed to help users improve their vocabulary in whatever language they are learning. All right, hope you guys have fun listening to my presentation, and here we go. Today we'll be focusing on Yinka. Yinka is a married 30-year-old male from Lagos, Nigeria, currently working in Mauritania. He is a system engineer by profession and he loves to study. He sees himself as an ardent student, even though he's been working for over 10 years. He always loves the adventure of traveling the world and seeing the world with his family. Currently, he's on the course on a journey to learning French because he loves the language and also wants to migrate to a French speaking country. But one of the major problems Yinka faces every day is that he comes from an English speaking country, he lives in an English speaking country, where he works is an English speaking company, so he has a lot of trouble trying to practice the new vocabulary he learns, the new French vocabulary he learns. And naturally, Yinka works long hours, so he finds it almost difficult to even have the time to learn the language. So he needs an effective way to study new vocabulary while in transit to work, and also a way to use the vocabulary, the app, to practice in real life scenarios. The challenges faced by Yinka, like I said previously, that he finds it difficult to recall vocabularies when he's not using it in real life scenario. I don't know about any other person, but I also find it challenging when I am studying, when I study something and I do not put it into practice. Like they say, practice makes perfect. So Yinka prefers to learn when collaborating with others by playing online games or with other individuals who are learning French with him. Like they say, iron sharpened iron. So it's always good to practice with others, and this is the best way Yinka functions best in terms of. So what do we decide to do? We decided to come up with the wireframe and see how we can help Yinka come up with an effective way of studying. That's how we came about Vocab Easy, vocabulary made easy. This is the first some of the wireframes we had. When you click on go, you come onto the home page and as usual create an account, or you sign up, whichever way. Maybe you forgot your password, you have the different options here. And considering the fact that Yinka is a 30-year-old male, we realized quickly that most of the people in this generation have one form of social media account or the other, not limited to Facebook. So we decided to have a plethora of options in terms of sign up options, even up to LinkedIn, as he's a professional. Or if you do not have any of this, you have the option to just fill in your information, and you have the option of retrieving your password in case you cannot recall your password using email or phone number. Okay, and the wireframe now takes you, like you could see, you have the option of selecting the language in which you decide you want to study with. Then takes you to like a page where it just gives you a brief overview of what the app is all about and how to use the app before getting to the home screen where you have your username and you have the different options of what you can do with the app. Here you have study choice, you had the option of adding vocabulary and taking a placement test. So here you could see the study choice, you have different options: flashcard, puzzle, quiz, fill in the blanks, study with vocabulary members, with Vocab Easy members. Like I said, Yinka enjoys collaboration and having games, so we decided to impute such options and add vocabulary. We also realized that sometimes you pick up vocabularies that might not immediately be on the app or you've not stumbled onto it. We thought, why not decide to use the app to be able to impute this new vocabulary in which you've learned. And by the way, if you hear me say we, I just consider that myself and my participants and other people, I consider them as part of the design process and part of the team, even though I am the one primarily doing the design, but I still consider it as a group effort. That's why I constantly use the word we. And now, so like I said, you have the placement test. You still have the option of yes or no if you would want to still take the placement test or not. Maybe you mistakenly pushed to that page and that you see your placement test, you take the placement test. The placement test is just a way for you to be able to establish what level you are and help you, guide you to improving your vocabulary. At the end of the placement test, you get the option of picking which level your result asks you to be: beginner, intermediary, advanced, or native. If you notice below the home screen, you could see the options of home, study choice, add vocabulary, and profile. Then this is the early prototype we have. This is just a combination of the wireframe which you've seen earlier on, and just showing you the different process, how it works. Then we moved on to usability test plan, and was very crucial because we wanted to first put out our plan of what we've designed so far, getting feedback from participants before we decide to dig deep or go any further in the design process. The usability test plan, we had 3 participants, and we used a scaling system from 0 to 4. And what we wanted to test here was how users can easily sign up or log in, retrieve their password in case they forget it, how well they could also navigate through the app if they experienced any pain points along the line, if they found any place tedious or something not useful, but wanted to get a generic feel of the platform, of the different interface so far. And some of the feedback we got, a summary of it is here. And one of the major pain points there I want to point out is that the users found it tedious having to be having another interface that asks them if they want to do the placement test, yes or no, because they felt once you click placement test, you know you want to take the placement test. So we scaled that on 3, and 3 in this place means something we should fix as soon as possible. 0 means nothing that you should worry about. 1 is basically cosmetic or low error. 2 is something low cost for consent but should also be fixed. Then another thing that we found that was important to look at was the profile. Most of the participants felt that the profile was not detailed enough, that the profile should have more about everything they need to know, their goals, what they want to achieve, privacy, basically everything that has to do with you being personal, your profile as an individual. So we took all this into consideration in improving the prototype. So the improvements we made, like from the call from consent, we said the placement test, we took out the option of them having to answer the questions all over again. And in the home screen, we decided that there was no option for individuals to select language directly. You always had to go through the placement test before you could select language. We felt that users didn't have to go through this tedious process. Then we just put an icon here for you to see how you can sign up using the different social media icon. We also realized that looking through it and again was that the video that shows you about the app didn't have the option of skip in case you are not interested. So we decided to impute this, and we worked deeply on the profile. The profile now had a page where first and foremost you just want to see your goals, what you achieved per week, or where you can set goals. And that's the option here of you could just set goals, and this icon here was for the settings. So here you could see the option of you setting your goals, and in case you're not interested, you just cancel. And when you still move, click profile, you could see you always have the option of clicking to go back. That's one of the things we worked on. And you could see setting and my language. These are just the different options you have now in your profile. Here, what was very important, that in your profile you could see the language you're learning, and in case you wanted to just change your option of what language you wanted to learn. So this is what we worked on. And the vocabulary part, we just did a more detailed step-by-step process of what vocabulary you wanted to learn, how you wanted to add your vocabulary, sorry. So you click on add vocabulary, you pick the language of your choice, and you type in the vocabulary and define it in your own words. We believe this was very important because adding your vocabulary in your own words is something that helps you recall better. And there's always the option of editing what you've put in case you make a mistake. And also, that's what we did so far. And the next step is what I want to do to improve the prototype is put out my prototype as fast as possible to people to try out again with more participants to get feedback and see how they feel about the app, if there's any more pain points, so we can go back to the drawing board, improve this, get this feedback, and dig deeper into the prototype and improve it as much as possible. And what I learned so far, no idea is stupid. So it's best to just sketch out your ideas and start from somewhere, because at the beginning I felt I had to have a perfect design from scratch to finish without realizing that you spend so much time in doing this and you discard some of the foundational ideas that you might have. So it's best to just put down whatever sketch or whatever idea you have at the beginning, with the mindset that it's always fine to go back and start all over again in case it doesn't make sense, in case you feel there's something you need to change. But what I realize is it's never like nothing makes sense, because everything is a process, it's a journey. The design, user experience design, it's a journey. So at every point in time you're in a journey to creating something better. Your mistakes are part of the process to creating better experiences. And another important thing was research. Being able to research about what you want to get into, getting background knowledge of what people have done, pain points or things you felt from a user perspective were not good. You use that to improve and work on your own design. So for me, research is the bedrock to creating designs and all. And most importantly, you always have to be open to criticism from people. Do not see it as criticism and see if they do not appreciate what you're doing, but see it as a means to improve on what you're doing. And even self-critique, I did a lot of self-critiquing in improving the prototype, because when I put it out later on, I sleep over and I wake up, I realize, oh, I think I should have done this better, I should have done this in this or that method, and that helped me to improve so far. But the major con I found was getting participants. That was the hardest part in the whole process. And not just getting participants, but getting willing participants, people that are willing to take out time to give you their time and give you proper feedback. Also, in this pandemic, it's extra harder to get participants that are willing to meet face to face. So it's always you trying to track them online. But aside that, it's been a wonderful experience so far, and I'm looking forward to learning more and improving on my experience or my knowledge as a UX designer. Thank you very much, and hope you guys enjoyed my presentation, and all feedback is welcome. Thank you very much, and till next time. Bye bye.